Hi everyone and welcome back. So in this video we are going to use serverless Lambda trigger with S3. So what we are doing is we will have a S3 bucket. You put some thumbnail, we will check the size. If we see that it's very big size, we will resize it and we'll upload it to the destination bucket. Okay, this is the use case for this, and what we are going to do is we already have a serverless.yml which I have just written. We will go through it and then we will write the code for it. Okay, so first of all, this is serverless.yml. We have already written this many times. So this is the profile, region, and the runtime. I think the reason should be US East 2 based on my profile. Okay, I am role statement, environments, all these things we have, and this is the function, and this function has an event, so it will be triggered whenever you are doing S3 object create onto this source bucket. And then we have a destination bucket. Okay, so this is a source bucket we have, and in this environment you can see there are two buckets, destination bucket and source bucket, right? So this is the Lambda Node.js code which will read the data from source bucket and will write it to the destination bucket. The only thing is we just need to have these two buckets created. Okay, and these are available in the environments. So if we wanted to access these environments in the Node.js code, we will do process.env.source bucket, process.env.destination bucket. Okay, and we are writing handler in the index.js. There is a handler function. Okay, and this is the Lambda trigger onto this particular bucket. Okay, object created is the event name and the bucket is source thumbnail generator. Okay, now we will just use these particular modules. We will use the sharp module to resize the thumbnail, AWS SDK to access S3 resources. Okay, so now we are in the index.js. I have already written the basic code, like how we write a simple Lambda function. What we do is we just write a simple function. Function will have an event context callback, and then we can actually get the record from the S3, like from the event object, because this is a Lambda trigger from S3. So the record will be generated of type S3, record 0 of S3, and from the record you can actually get the key. Now here we will do all these different things. What we will do is get object based on the key, then resize this, and then just upload it to somewhere else on the target bucket. So we'll write a get object, and we are passing this particular key, and we are going to have a promise from them. So once this promise is resolved, we will get the data. I mean, we are getting the S3 source image or something, and here we will call resize upload sizes, so some function, and here we will pass the data and the key which we have already. This is again a promise. So dot then, if everything is fine, we will return a callback. Okay, otherwise dot catch, in that also we will return a callback, and we can handle it. Now we need to write these functions. Okay, the first function is the get object, right? So get object is nothing but getting that S3 image which is just recently uploaded. Get object, and we are passing key, and what we will get is, so here we will use that S3 SDK S3 dot get object. Let's see what we are doing. Okay, we got the S3 here. So S3 dot get, this is get object, should be a method, and here we are passing, if you see the arguments which we need to pass here in the get object. Let's see the definition. Okay, it's accepting params, and there is a callback, right? So in the param we are passing bucket, and we already have source bucket coming from the process env, right? This is source bucket we have. Let me remove the spaces. Source bucket, and we have like key which we are passing is this key. K should be capital here. This is the key we are passing, and we already know like how to convert these callbacks into the promises. So we can do the dot promise. It will return us the resolved promise or rejected promise. So get object will give us the S3 file. Now dot then we are calling, we received the data, and then we are actually calling this another method, resize upload sizes. Resize, let's call it as resize and upload sizes. Based on our allowed sizes, we will resize it and we'll upload it to another bucket. Here we are accepting two arguments. So in this arguments, you see we have a data and key. We can pass this as an object, and save object signature we can use here. We are getting data and key. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to use this resize function, right? So we are going to use the bluebird to promisify things. Okay, so this is resize and upload sizes. So what we will do is the bluebird dot map, because there are some allowed sizes we have. So we have sizes, and we have the callback function, and inside this we are getting the width and height. Okay, and this is the callback function. Inside this we will actually call another function, resize and upload, right? So resize and upload means we get the thumbnail, we will just check the width and height, and then we will upload it. So it's like this function we are going to call, return resize and upload. Another function we are going to write, resize and upload, and concurrency and all these things we can set, width and height. Okay, now we can actually write this function. This will do the actual task for us, and we are passing here size, data, all the arguments, resize and upload. So we will take these as an input, and we are going to use the resize function. I mean, this is like a functional approach, writing everything in their own function. Return resize, and what we are resizing is data, width and height, right? So this is returning a promise, and once you resize it, you will get a buffer. This we are going to upload, so we will call put object, and in the put object we are passing buffer, s3 file buffer, key, width and height. That's it. Now we just need to write a put object method and the resize, right? So put object is the method which will actually upload it to s3. So here is we have resize function. Resize function will use this sharp module function resize, and what we are doing here is this is a sharp module which we imported, and it has sharp module dot data dot body. This is how we do it. So we are getting data, width and height in the argument. Why it is complaining? So this is resize we are calling here. Function resize, sharp we are getting data dot body, and then we will do all these operations like resize. I think you get it. Resize based on the width and height we have. And then dot background and all these things, and we'll just do a to buffer. This will give us the buffer. This is what I was talking about. This is returning a promise and returning a buffer, resolved buffer, and then we will write put object, right? So put object is nothing but the same function s3 dot put object instead of get object. It is taking buffer, key and width, right? Destination bucket we have. So this is a simple code we have written, right? Now what we will do is we will just deploy this using SLS deploy. It will create all the resources we have, right? So let's do that. So here is our package.json. What we will do is we will just run SLS deploy for that. SLS deploy will create the resources. We need a source bucket, target bucket. It will just archive this whole code we have. It will actually use the CloudFormation templates to create the S3 bucket resources, and then it will deploy the Lambda for us. It is a little bit time taking process, so let's wait for some time. Okay, so we will take this in the next video once this is done and deployed. Okay, so this is all we have as a Lambda trigger for a particular thumbnail upload, which is resizing it and uploading it to the target bucket. The only thing which are important is these handler functions. When you are working with S3 Dynamo, you should be aware about all these utility methods like put object, how to get the S3 bucket object, get object, put object. Similarly, SQS, SNS, SQS, dot send message, receive, all these are utility methods which we frequently use whenever we work in the serverless environment.